I have an apology to make. Last week, during one of my posts, I told everyone that Brett Bonabancourt, our manager at the Burnsville office, was of Dutch descent. And I was wrong. He's not of Dutch descent. He's actually French-Canadian, eh? And so it's worse than I actually thought it was. But Brett and I were talking this week, and many of you may not know that Brett is actually a pilot. He flies airplanes when he's not busy running the office out in Burnsville or selling real estate. And as part of what he does as a pilot, before he flies, he has a checklist of all the items that he has to go through in order to safely take off with the plane. And I like that idea. I like being safe, and I like the idea of having checklists. And actually, Linda, my wife, introduced me to checklists about 20 years ago. Not that I was ever really good at using them, but I do firmly believe that had I used them, life would have been easier and better for me. So, as Brett and I were talking, we did discuss that virtually everything we do in real estate could and should have a checklist to go along with it in order to make the everything more consistent. And as we've talked about before, consistency, I think, is huge in real estate. I think that having a very consistent experience for your clients with you makes it easier for them to refer business to you, or they know what to expect. They know that it's going to be the same experience for the next person as they had with you, and that's kind of the key, is to get referrals in. And I would say that again, the consistency equals the branding, so people know what to expect. And at IBR, we push the personal promotion. We don't do a company branding, as we talked about a few weeks ago. It's all about the agent. So the more that you can do to become consistent, become better branded, I think ultimately you're going to be more successful. So, for instance. In your marketing, once you do get a listing, if people know that you're going to take 10 really good pictures, if the words that you put with your listing on MLS are good, they're very active, they're very engaging, if they know that you're going to have a single property website, that you're going to have an information box outside, that you're going to have a very nice handout, but it's very, very consistent. People are going to, again, know what to expect from you. Or, if you're on a listing appointment, is everything done the same way every time? Do you send flowers after your listing appointment? If you do something consistently like that, and I really like the ideas of sending some live flowers after a listing appointment, because it's memorable, it's something that not a lot of people do, so you may want to think about putting that onto your checklist as well. Many times I'll get a call from one of our agents, and they're sad because one of their buyers walked into an open house or started talking with another agent, or somehow they were they lost him as a client to another agent. And I would say that when you have your first meeting with your buyer, one of the things on your checklist should be, do you know how we get paid? Do you know how this system works? Do you know how agency works? Do you know what happens if you go talking to another real estate agent or go to an open house without allowing me to announce you? One, I don't get paid, and more importantly, you don't get a representation. So if you include things like this every single time, you're not going to be losing buyers. You're going to become more productive. And again, as we've talked about, this is a business. You are running your own business. You're a business owner. And if you treat it like a business in all aspects, and I think, checklist and consistency is one of the things that you can do to really improve your business, make your life a little bit easier, and, become a better agent and have more time instead of running around fragmented all the time. So, I believe in Brett that, for a pilot, if it's good enough for a pilot, it should be good enough for a real estate agent. And, this being Friday, I know Fridays is the day that I do my video post. I can check that off and enjoy my weekend.